Ladies and gentlemen, live from Chenery Auditorium, Kalamazoo Public Schools present the Middle School Promotion Ceremonies.
Good evening. And I understand the excitement and enthusiasm in the air. I am excited to be here for these accomplishments. But before we start, I'm going to ask that everyone who is able to stand as Mrs. Ebony Secundi sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mrs. Secundi. Students, have a seat. Good evening, Milwood staff, students, parents, families, and friends. And on behalf of Kalamazoo Public Schools, Superintendent Rai Chowdhury, and the Kalamazoo Public Schools Board of Education, we are here to celebrate a major accomplishment in the lives of our Milwood 8th grade Lancers. Give it up. Now, I want you to listen closely. These students have reached a milestone in their lives, and we must celebrate these accomplishments. These actions are wonderful, but our ultimate goal is to see these children walk across the stage and receive their high school diploma in 2026. Right now, according to the latest statistics, about 70% of the students in Kalamazoo Public Schools are graduating on time. We're working very hard to increase the number of students graduating and, more importantly, prepare each and every child to be ready for employment, a trade school, a 2-year community college, a 4-year university. So we're working to build a strong student-based community, but we need your help to prepare these children to be ready for what the world has to offer in the 21st century. Each and every student out here has a dream to share. Although these dreams may change over time, they're still dreams, and we must honor them with sincerity. Help these children become the best that they can be, and in 2026, we will not see 7 out of 10 or 70% of our students graduating. With the encouragement and support of involved parents, guardians, and the community, we will see 100% of these Lancers walk across that stage. Remember, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Tonight, you will hear from 4 Milwood Lancers: Miley Garcia, Rashawn Keys, Morgan Stewart, and Ryan McAfee. They will talk about their school year and their future. Our keynote speaker, Executive Director of Community Relations with the Kalamazoo Promise, will share a few encouraging words, and we will honor each and every Lancer during the distribution of the certificates of promotion. Congratulations, parents, family, friends, and to the high school graduating class of 2026. At this time, I would like to introduce Miley Garcia, a Milwood Magnet rising ninth grader. Miley.
Good evening. My name is Miley Garcia. I would like to thank everyone for coming out on this wonderful evening and celebrating with us today. I would like to give a special thanks to Principal Hawkins, Milwood staff, and to my fellow Lancers. Wow, and just like that, the school year is over. But this isn't just your ordinary end of the year. It's the year where you move on to high school and start building a path for yourself. I must say, these past 3 years have been a challenge. This was the first full year I got to experience my classmates go through their ups and downs, and also got to see myself go through some of the hardest and best times. Although we are not done just yet, we just made a huge step tonight. I must say, coming to school every day was not the most appealing thing ever, but it paid off. As of today, we are considered freshmen. Some are excited and others are ready for it to be over. I promise you, these 4 years will go by faster than ever, and in a blink of an eye, we will meet once again and celebrate for one last time. One thing I also wanted to say is don't take the opportunities given to you for granted. Here at Milwood Magnet Middle School, I was given lots of opportunities that led me to bigger things. This year, I finally decided to step out my comfort zone and give those opportunities a chance. I can now officially say I am part of the Turn 2 Foundation. I am extremely grateful to be given the opportunities I was given. I would not have been able to done it without my science teacher, Miss Kaler, and to my sister, who was my biggest supporter. I was also part of the daily morning announcements. I could not have been any happier than being able to do it with my best friend. I could talk here all day about how amazing my last year of middle school was, the days where I would talk forever after the announcements with Miss Foster Wimley, and when she told me very wise things. But one thing that stuck with me the most is when she told me, "Don't let your no stop you from finding your yes." This quote changed my perspective in the way I saw things. As I see all my classmates here today with smiles on their faces and getting ready for the next chapter of their lives really showed me how hard they worked to get here. Lancers, you got this. Way to go, class of 2026.
Awesome job, Miley. Next, I would like to have Mr. Rashawn Keys come to the microphone.
What's up, y'all? My name is Rashawn Keys, if you don't know me. I'm representing Team Vanguard from Milwood Magnet School. It's an honor to be here speaking to you today. Thank you, Vanguard team, Ms. McAfee, Mr. Perry, Mr. Moore, Mr. Stowe, Mr. Woodley, my 7th grade social studies teacher, and all the staff at Milwood. It's crazy to think that we're at the end of middle school and going on to high school. We have been through some major times the last 2 years. COVID-19, having to stay inside for almost 2 years and having to wear a mask the entire year. But even with all that weird and stressful stuff, we had fun during middle school. The teachers have been supportive, and even though we struggled with being online and going back to school, it's been great being back in person with my friends. Miss White and Mr. Morris Pigward was easily the funniest and most exciting thing that happened this school year. But our recent field trip to the Expo Center and learning about different careers and how different things work made middle school so much more fun. It's the bad things that make the good things even sweeter, though. Things outside of school have been hard. My grandpa died, my grandma had to go to a nursing home, and my uncle went to prison. But being at school, having teachers that care, and being around my friends really helped to take my mind off the tough things in my life. I believe that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is why I really appreciate what I have. and I know it could all be gone tomorrow. But right now, we are here to celebrate the great things that we have accomplished at Milwood and all the great things coming up in the future. So give it up for class of 2026.
Thank you, Rashawn. At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker. As Executive Director of Community Relations for the Kalamazoo Promise, our guest is tasked with being the spokesperson for the Kalamazoo Promise, which includes responsibilities to key community stakeholders, media relations, and promoting a system of communication and information around a common vision of becoming an education community. Prior to working with the Kalamazoo Promise, he was an Associate Vice President at Southwest Michigan First. On behalf of this organization, he was responsible for developing collaborations between educational institutions and businesses in order to best prepare the region's future workforce, all surrounding everything is focused on education. He arrived at Southwest Michigan First from the Kalamazoo Public Schools, where he served as principal of Kalamazoo Central High School from August 2007 to July 2012, where he won 2 state championships for boys basketball, multiple state championships for the mock trial, and was recognized by President Barack Obama by helping KC win the first ever race to the Top Commitment Challenge in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Von Washington, Jr.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, congratulations to the students. This is a big day. This is a big day. As Mr. Hawkins said, I had the opportunity to be the principal at Kalamazoo Central High School, which means, since I haven't been there in a while, I don't know most of you out here. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I do represent the Kalamazoo Promise. And what you represent, as I was doing the math, as you were walking across the stage, is that when you graduate from high school, and then whether you go off to college for a 4-year degree, whether you go off to trade school to get the skills necessary to start a good paying job, and whether or not you decide that you are going to take a different path, you represent $24 million that will go to you. One of the things I want you to think about right now, because each and every one of you has the opportunity to have that money, is why in the world would anyone invest their money in you and they don't even know you? They're not here tonight, as far as I know. They don't know your names. They don't know what you like to do. But they have invested what would be, for just this class, $24 million. And just think, on this same stage, Linden Grove will have a student class that would represent probably $24 million. Hillside would come across the stage and represent close to $24 million. What you have to ask yourself, and have I forgotten one? We got one more middle school? Maple Street, $24 million. Why would somebody invest in you and they don't even know you? This is one of the big questions that you should think about as you're going into high school. It's a special investment, and you're in a special place. There's no one else that you know outside of Kalamazoo that has this same opportunity. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'd like to thank Principal Hawkins, who I'd like to remind everybody I hired him for his first assistant principal job in the Kalamazoo Public Schools. Assistant Principal Foster Wembley and I had an opportunity to work together, and I think almost came in around the same time at the Kalamazoo Public Schools. I'd like to thank them. I want to thank the families that are here that supported you, because let me tell you something, nobody in here did it by themselves. I don't care who you are and what you did, somebody helped you. So we'd like to take a moment for the students to please give applause to the people that are here supporting you tonight. Because even though you're crossing this bridge tonight, there's a long, long way to go. One of the things that we think about coming out of middle school is, what is the high school going to be like? It's a bigger building. There's a lot more people. There are more teachers. There are more offerings. And it's the beginning of my transcript. If you're not sure what the transcript is, it is the paper that is going to follow you from here on out. Your grades are going to be posted on it, for better or for worse. And you're going to have to take that piece of paper everywhere you go and face every challenge that you have. Couple things you want to ask yourself. One, who am I? And that question is to you just to think about over the summer. Like, what do I stand for? What friends do I have? Will I have the same ones? What things did I do in middle school that I might want to try in high school? But who am I? Don't let social media, don't let cell phones, don't let tablets, don't let whatever you are using define you. If all you are is worth what you put in your phone, then we have an issue. If all you are is how you talk about other people and group onto things that you don't know anything about, then we have a problem. It's easier to go into every situation knowing who you are and sharing kindness with whomever you come across. Now, some people are scared in here. We got some parents that are scared for you to be going to high school. And we got some of you that are just worried about what you're going to face. This will be and should be some of the best times of your life for learning, for growing, for maturing, and choosing what your path is. At the Kalamazoo Promise, we call it your path, your promise. And I assure you that it is for you. The last thing I'd like to say is to take some time to relax this summer. It is hectic out here. It's hectic trying to keep up with everything. It's hectic thinking about maybe going to work at some point, maybe helping out the family and those who are supporting you. It's hectic, I know, each and every day. And because you'll be out of school, it's not going to be any less hectic. But try to take some time to relax. Now, when I say relax, I don't mean not doing the dishes if you're asked to do the dishes. I don't mean not taking out the trash when someone says, can you help out around the house? But I do mean taking some time just to enjoy your surroundings and the people that are around you. Taking some time to make sure you're contributing to our community in a way that's positive. Many of you know that our community is a lot like the communities across the country. And we have people that have extreme challenges in our community. And lately, we have community violence that there's just no place for in the streets or anywhere in any community. We're counting on you to stop these things. We're counting on you to be positive in the community and uplift one another. Please think about that as we go into the summer. The choices that you will make will continue to define us all as we move forward. Nobody likes to hear negative news and see anything tragic happen to any one of our community residents. I say that to you as a challenge because we're asking you, as those who are going to be going into the 9th grade and as the graduating class, that you will be. We want to look back and ask you, that $24 million investment and how you used it to change the Kalamazoo community. We're extremely proud of you. We're looking forward to talking to all of you come Kalamazoo Promise Time. For any parents, support members of the family, if you have questions, call us at the Kalamazoo Promise. We have a new building downtown. We'd love to see you, talk to you, help your student understand how to utilize their scholarship, how to take that investment and put it into themselves, as some anonymous people in the community have done. Thank you very much for letting me speak. Have a wonderful, wonderful celebration.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington is getting old. I am too, right? But he was older than me when I met him. And so that means he's really getting old because we got hired at the same time. But I'll let you keep that. Thank you so much for those inspiring words. At this time, I would like to introduce a rising ninth grader, Miss Morgan Stewart.
Hello to everyone who's come out tonight. My name is Morgan Stewart. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's gotten all of us here. Mr. Hawkins, our families, our friends, and all the Lancers sitting out there listening. A special thank you to our teachers who've worked hard to get us through this year without giving up on us. For me, I'd like to especially thank Ms. Rugsager, who's acted as a parent figure for me and always held my hand. And Mr. Warner, who made my year worth it. Also, Mr. S, who I'm glad with my whole heart that I don't have to leave behind going out tonight. The ones who made me smile through what could have made me give up completely, who made me keep pushing through even when I didn't want to. We've come a long way from being those sixth graders who saw everything through rose-colored glasses. When everything was new and shiny and fun, our taste of freedom was cut short by the pandemic, but needless to say, we got through. Now we're taking the next step up, a step up in responsibility, maturity, and trust. We will not be the ones to bring anything less than readiness. I've watched a lot of students here grow as people, the ones who grew with me when I was falling short. I know firsthand how hard the bounce back was from virtual back to in-person schooling. And as we move on to the next level, we'll leave behind the versions of us that cowered at the signs of difficulty and move into the mature and disciplined selves that we can and always could be, but never will we leave behind our Lancer pride. A word for the ones coming up after us. Sixth graders, don't let anyone stop you from setting goals for yourself. Upcoming eighth graders, don't lose sight of what you want. If you want it for yourself, you can do it. I look forward to seeing all of my peers continuing to grow as people and never losing sight of what's important. Next up, I'd like to introduce my classmate and friend, Ryan McAfee.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Ryan McAfee, and I wanted to give a special thanks to our Milwood Lancer staff, students, family, and friends. I think everyone starts to grow as people when they reach middle school, good or bad. You gain your own opinion on things, and you find what's right and wrong in your own life. I feel our class has had to deal with many new struggles that none expected. COVID, the loss of someone new, or even just learning how to become the person that you want to be. As we enter high school, a lot of us will grow individually, and some will go their separate ways. But that's the beauty of school. You meet so many different people from so many different backgrounds. I recently found out that I was moving, and it's caused me to look at this year with a different perspective than before. This class has taught me how to be patient, how to be kind, and how to understand that every person here goes through struggles that cannot always be seen. I think we're at a fundamental age of learning what kind of people we'll be when we're older. I know so many people in this audience who give so much kindness and grace that I don't even know how it's possible. At the beginning of my middle school career, I found support from Mrs. Raymond in math, which is the subject I struggle most in. Even when it got difficult, she guided me throughout the year. Like Mr. Perry, who asks every single student in his class how they're doing, and if something is wrong, he'll drop everything to make sure that it's okay. My lunch table, filled with people who constantly make me laugh, no matter the circumstance. My second and third hour, which are probably the funniest classes I've had all year. And most importantly, my wonderful mother, who I ask the most from. Whether it's guidance, advice, or even just jokes, she's been there to support me undoubtedly throughout my life. I ask her so many questions about life and her experiences, and I value her intelligence and compassion. In the next 10 years, I expect to see kids in this room all over the world. I know there will be doctors, musicians, comedians, and so much more. Us Lancers have so much potential to succeed in life, and I know as long as we go down the path that is destined for us, we will learn, grow, and become the best people we can be. Go Lancers!
Thank you, Ryan. At this time, we would like to present our Milwood Lancers with their certificates of promotion. May my first row stand.
Shahad Al-Hassan. Muhammad Al-Hurani.
Dejan Arnold. Zayshawn Arnold. Alyssa Ballard. Jesus Banuelos. Chloe Bartig.
Joshua Bello Tomax.
Amanti Benjamin. Javarius Bennett Coleman. Mariemma Blakely. William Bledsoe. Navari Bowser.
Samuel Brundage.
Jamal Burton.
Iner Chirinos.
Journey Burton. Kimberly Cabrera Soto.
Mihana Kanda. James Carr.
Axel Cervantes Amates. Sherlyn Cervantes. Heidi Cruz Ramirez.
Alice Damashek.
Selena Duckett. Dylan Dugay. Jemiah Edmondson. Deasia English. Chloe Eversole. Araceli Fernandez. Nehemiah Foster. Zoe Freed. Dylan Frederick. Alicia Gallardo.
Ana Garay Ramirez. Roberto Garcia. Macy Gass.
Ajane Gibson.
Jose Luis Cervantes Rosario.
Amia Cole. Charles Collins. Jayla Cooper.
Neve Cavillion.
Yasmin Chris. Marcus Cruz. Corday Gordon.
Soraya Graciliano. Malia Guy.
Tierra Hamilton Burgos. Dariana Hall. Caitlin Hamilton.
Jonathan Hare.
Dominic Hernandez.
Rose Hernandez. William Hester. Aubriana Hickman. Ariel Hogan. Isaiah Hubbard. Connor Hunt.
Hania Husseini.
Trey Ioka. Daquan Jackson. Amira James.
Rafael Geronimo Cabrera.
Jayla Jimenez.
Billy Wow.
Jaheim Johnson. August Johnson. Naomi Jones.
Kenya Jermaine Marshall.
Muti Karaluka. Olivia Kassiri.
Matthew Ketman. Tommy Lance. Damari Lawler.
Soraya Lawrence.
Jordan Lee.
Shilamar Ligon.
Shayna Littlejohn.
Emma Lowry.
Eduardo Lucas Mejia.
Kamori Maldonado.
Devontae Mangum.
Amari Martin. Zimari Martin.
Jasmine Martinez. Denise Martinez Lopez.
Ryan McAfee. Ready? Mariah McCullough.
Tegan McCormick. Chris McKinney.
Samuel Medina Juarez.
Nancy Mejia Garcia.
Jasmine Minor Kingston. Ramon Moore. Angeli Morales Amates. Nayeli Mosqueda Montoya. Jayland Martin. Eugene Muckles.
Rashawn Keys.
Miley Garcia.
Natalia Muriel Perez.
Tyler Nichols Stafford.
Samantha Nochebuena.
Juan Ortiz Ponce.
Sean Ott. Christian Padula.
Alana Parker.
Darby Patterson.
Sarah Patton. Mackay Peak.
Emily Perez Vasquez. Devarion Phillips.
Tommy Perry. Maxwell Polderman. Donald Porter. Amirie Potts. Trinity Putnam. Alyssa Radley.
Zainab Brahimi. Dulce Ramirez.
Evelyn Ramirez Hernandez.
Eddie Ramos Lopez. Gregory Rashid. Leah Roberts. Aubrey Rogers. Kylie Ruiz.
Zachary Rustenholtz.
Muhammad Sahil Sarazay.
Kira Salter. Ariana Showerman. Kirsten Schuler. Emma Smith. Jordan Smith. Paisley Wall Emerson. Miles Webb. Bridget Weber.
Hazel Weddington Pratt. Jada Wilson.
Abby Wright. Truss Wright. Jordan Wright.
Samaya Wright.
Alacia Wynn. Avalon Yarworth. Demarius Eves. Lucas Smith. Morgan Stewart. Cambria Tackett.
Ashlyn Teal. Aman Thurman Lavar.
Favor Triumph. Lakeisha Turner. Thomas Underwood. Aiden Verbrig. Camille Wade.
Chase Lewis. Susana Hernandez Morales. Isabella Gonzalez. Angel Razo Geronimo. Janai Smith. And Kayla Kubiak.
Let's give it up one more time. Future Class 2026. Before we go back and look at memories on our screen, I would first like to introduce Mrs. Foster Wembley, the magnificent assistant principal at Milwood Magnet School. Ms. Foster Wembley.
Good evening. My name is Gloria Foster Wembley, and I'm your assistant principal. I want to congratulate our 8th graders, our incoming freshmen, their parents and their guardians who helped all of us get you to where you are today. I would like to take a couple of minutes to leave our students with a few thoughts to ponder. The last 3 years has been like a scary sci-fi movie. Who would have thought the whole world would shut down, that we would have to isolate ourselves from family and friends, or that millions of people around the world would die from an unknown virus, or that the world of school and work would have to depend on the use of electronic devices to do almost everything, from communication to discovering metaverse. I don't even know what that is. Or order anything from DoorDash to a new car. Who thought? Yet all this happened while you were in middle school. And middle school can be tough. It can be hard all by itself. But when you add coronavirus 19, it goes to a whole different level. However, When we observe life and nature, to survive this life, we must struggle. And struggle to bring life into this world, struggle to build a life for ourselves. It's a struggle to grow and learn. And though it may be difficult, and many times we don't want to do it, like I don't like to do laundry or iron my clothes, that's why I got a steamer, it pays off if we do it. And we can get from that some wonderful outcomes. So just think about the caterpillar. I'm gonna go back, I love science, even though I was a former math teacher, but I love science, because we can observe these things. So the caterpillar, for instance, it starts out as a worm, and it eats, and it eats, and it eats, until one day it decides to build itself a cocoon. And inside that cocoon, it morphs. It changes into a new insect. And in that new insect, most of us recognize that it's going to come out to be something that looks totally different. And so, as it begins to come out of its cocoon, it has to struggle really, really hard. It might take it hours to do that. And yet, some of us would think, oh, let's help the little butterfly come out. We're gonna help it. But if we were to do that, that butterfly would die because its wings would be underdeveloped. So, the only way that this butterfly is actually going to become its beautiful self is that it has to struggle. And so, I don't want you guys to shy away, from the struggle. Because in the next few years, that's what you're going to do. There's going to be a teacher who tells you something that you don't want to have to do. It's too hard, it's too difficult, but yet you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to struggle through it. There's going to be a new boss, because many of you are trying to get jobs now, and that boss is going to tell you something that you really don't want to have to do. But to get that paycheck, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do it. Even though you don't want to, but you're going to do it. That's the struggle. That's the struggle. So you're going to see these new struggles. They're going to come. But let me tell you this. This is what my father used to say to me all the time. With struggle comes ease. So I want you to remember that all the struggle that you're going to have and all the things that you're going to do, remember at the end of it that there's going to become some ease. You're going to graduate the class of 2026. You're going to go on to college or a trade school or wherever you wish to go because you made it that far. So, you're going to be strong, you're going to be Lancer strong, and you're going to be the very best Lancers moving on to high school that you can possibly be. I wish you the very best, the class of 2026. Do well, be safe this summer, and have fun. God bless.
So before we end, I want these halls to ring, and I need my Lancers to help me. So when I say Mill, you say, but I don't need help from the parents or family and friends. I'm gonna rock this house out with Milwood, so the rest of the 3 promotion ceremonies, they will still hear Milwood in here. So when I say Mill, you say, Mill, 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 Mill. That's real good. Thank you. Hey, remember Milwood, wherever you go, we'll still be here for you. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Let's look at our year.
Preparation positive influence in our community.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, the things we've been through. Then I be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger with small. Turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brothers will come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we do. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you're gon' be with me for the last
So
one.
let the long guns away. Hold every memory as you go. And every road you take always leads you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday your heart's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band. I was thinking about the bands. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van. In a small club in Minnesota, in the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and star. Now look at where we at, still growing up. Still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older. Couldn't wait to do something. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret.
was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on that. We've come so far. I guess I'm fine. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles on my smile. I got some scars. I've been around. I know some pain, I see some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me that some of these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you regret. Some days when you pull us down to change, you miss the magic of these good old days. I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can't count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2. You'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah.
All right, thank everyone for coming out. Please be sure, once you get outside of the building, you can take pictures with your family and friends once you get outside the building. But let's not gather in the auditorium. Go out there.
Called to help our
Milwood students, go out on the sides. Don't try to go up the middle. It's too congested. Go out on the sides.